still having a great time. So that's who I am. Thank you, Miss Serena. Well, my name is Joy. I think I know most people in here. Most times you all receive communications from me, text, my own cell phone, or whether it's from a site that we use called Simple Church. And I am the music director. I've gone through a few roles here within the organization, but now I'm the music director. And pretty much in layman's terms, I just oversee all things musical for the organization. I have the honor and the privilege of directly working with Serena, our choir director. So we make a lot of decisions together, and we pair well together, so I'm very grateful. The differences and similarities and balances out pretty well. So that's what I do. So next, we will just go ahead and transition to the calendar. So what I'm going to do is, I want to pass out a calendar to all of you. All of my, just take one pass. This calendar that I'm passing out is basically what's going on for the month of February. So I'm using my video. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. So this is the calendar for the month of February. That's going on. So I got you. So the most important thing that I want to go ahead and start to hit is that on this Thursday, we will start our virtual gatherings on Amazon, and I'm going to show you all momentarily how to do it. Thank you for your So back in 2020, when the virus hit, one of the things that a lot of people did challenge is how to still be productive and how to still be connected virtually. And we all know that nothing compares to in person. You know what I mean? So one thing that we decided to come up with as an organization is pretty much a virtual world called Angel Zone. And in this world, what you can do is you can come on virtually and you can attend choir rehearsals, or you can attend crew rehearsals, which is part of our mentoring program that we do. You can do different things. There's also a calendar on there. There's also a parent page. So if you may misplace this hard copy of this calendar, you can go on Angel Zone yourself and you can see what's coming up for Angel Street, things of that sort. So what I want to do real quickly, if all of you who have phones, if you can pull out your phones for me, I just want to walk you through this real quickly. It's super simple on just how to get to it. If you pull out your phones and if you get on the internet, and if you go to Angel Street, Memphis.com. I'm going to turn my laptop on so you can see. I'm on www.angelstreetmemphis.com, and the cover of it should look like this. The website, just to give you all. And as a parent, as a participant, this is how you get to it. Just go to your browser and type in www.angelstreetmemphis.com. Are most of you there? No. So once you're on the actual web page, you should see this. You should see this picture right here. I just want to give a visual. All right, when you're on there, if you go up to the top, you'll see a button that says Angel Zone. And you can go ahead and click on Angel Zone. So we'll click on Angel Zone. Is everybody able to click on Angel Zone? You're fine. I'll walk you through it later. It's super simple. I got you to speak on it. So once you click on Angel Zone, then the page will pull up. And just so you know, sometimes the pictures will change, so it's okay if when you log on it again, you don't see the same picture. But if you scroll down, this is what I was just talking about. You'll see a place for choir, a place for crew, for flock, for cow partners, calendar, and parents. So this is your hub right here. Everything that you or your child needs to do regarding Angel Zone literally is right here once you click on Angel Zone from our website. And so if it's a Monday, normally we have choir rehearsals. So your student, your angel will click on choir and they'll come in the waiting room, and then once we start the call, they'll jump right on and we'll start our choir rehearsal. If it's a Wednesday, Miss Stacia, who is our program manager, she's over that. So the girls log on the same way and they'll log on and they'll hit block because they know that's what they're on to do. If it's a Thursday, it's choir. Then for some of our older girls, after choir, we have crew rehearsals. So they know to click on crew. My parents, if you have any questions or concerns, you just want to know what's going on, feel free to click on calendar. Or you can click on parents. You can click on the parent button. And the calendar is simply, we have the calendar filled out until March, if I'm not mistaken, just what's going on. So you're able to look at that even if you lose or misplace a hard copy, or maybe I forget to print them out or something like that. You can have everything you need right here. And of course, as a staff, we're always available. Always available if you have any questions or concerns. Does that make sense for everyone? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So as you look on the calendar that I just gave you, a hard copy of it, just to run through the dates really briefly. So the very first thing will be block, and we see February 2nd. And so when you come on here, when you come on the website, you'll just click on block and then you'll be in it. All right, so on the 3rd, we start our very first choir rehearsal, virtual of course. So it's the same thing, but this time we click on the choir. The same thing will happen the following Monday. And the following Thursday, we'll have choir and then followed by crew. And it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same pattern. Please forgive me. I guess I can double check it. So on Mondays, if you look at the calendar, on Mondays, we only have choir rehearsal. And on Thursdays, it's choir and then crew. So I do apologize for that. On Mondays, I'll make sure I'll print some. I'll reprint these out before y'all leave. On Mondays, it's only choir rehearsal. And on Thursdays, it's choir and then crew. Please make a note of the 21st, so I put on there, highlighted in yellow, that we are closed. We mirror the school year, the school calendar, so like most of the times when schools are closed, we're closed as well. And then what's different about the 23rd through the 25th, Serena will speak a little bit more about it, but it's we're doing this event called Her Story Tour. And then that will pretty much, and then the last Monday will be the 28th, which will conclude our February schedule. But I'll switch it over to Ms. Ruby and you can speak more about that.
So as Ms. Joy was saying, if you look at the calendar, you will see our scheduled rehearsals, which will be virtual. So the girls will need to log on, they'll need to go into the English members, go into the choir section, and we'll be doing virtual rehearsals. So that'll be the Mondays and the Thursdays. The time that's going to be listed. Normally they'll come over here in person, they'll come immediately after school. So the difference would be that they need to be online, ready to roll at 4. Okay, by 4 p.m. Okay. If you look at the second to last week, 21st, as Ms. Joy said, we're closed for that day, no rehearsal. No rehearsal, we won't be virtual. The 22nd through the 25th, we have Her Story Tour. So one of the things that we came up with for this particular year was just brainstorming new ideas of how to just celebrate our history, Celebrate our heritage a little bit more and do some more engaging and fun things. So this year, we are actually going to celebrate, Black History Month. And we're going to play with food, right? Thank you. So what we're going to do is, for February, we're gonna have a Black History Tour. We're calling it Her Story. So we're basically gonna highlight women, Black women in music. We're gonna make sure that's highlighted. We'll do a part of the tour, it'll be an educational piece, where we'll do some teaching and just inform them, give some background, so show some videos. And then we're gonna do some fun events. Right now, we've been brainstorming Civil Rights Museum, we'll do some things off site. So we'll do Civil Rights Museum, we've mentioned, Slave Haven, which I don't know if anyone is familiar, but it's the, Underground Railroad Museum here in Memphis, Tennessee. So I want to highlight some of those historical places, that we have right in our city, for this Black History Tour. And then we're gonna take the girls to, Black owned restaurant here in the city. So that whole week, once we come back after President's Day, it'll be to celebrate Black History Month. Okay, so we may do something where we highlight and talk about some of the great men that are part of our Black history, but we really want to focus on the women. We really want to focus on the women because we're a girls' organization, a women's organization. I really want to focus on some of those great Black African American women that have really helped to shape our nation and our world. So that's what we'll be doing during that time. We'll send something out. There'll be communications that will go out to remind you, hey, on Tuesday, the 22nd, this is what we have coming up. So you can make sure the girls are prepared. But before then, we would have been meeting virtually. So what you can expect for the month of February is all virtual until that last week. Okay, then we will come back in person and we'll start off celebrating our in-person with that tour. Okay, so it'll be virtual up until that point. I think, was there something else I was supposed to say? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I took notes. So we have February, we'll have the tour. After that, we'll have March. There's nothing big in March that we have scheduled. In April, we will have the spring concert. Who's attended the spring concert? Awesome. So, as you all already know, every spring, I'm new to the team. So this will be my first concert. So I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna be very excited because we're gonna be doing some new music. We have some new girls that have joined this year. So we're really excited about putting everything together. But in April, we will have our annual spring concert. And the official confirmed date will be sent out and the location. I know the last year, where was it? Or the last time was it Cottville. So we may still have that Cottville, or we may have that in other locations, but you'll get that information. So what we're going to do while we're meeting virtually, one of those virtual days will actually be planning for our spring concert. So the girls, angels, y'all will know the songs we're singing, you'll know what we're wearing, outfits, skits, all the stuff that y'all have done in the past, we'll be talking about it virtually. Okay? Any questions about the calendar from February to April? Okay. When you guys have spring break with your school, we will not meet. Okay? As Ms. Joy said, we try to follow the calendar with Shelby County schools, all the charter schools and all of that. We try to follow it to the T to make sure that it doesn't overlap. I know we had some mishaps last semester where some things may have overlapped, but we're trying to be very particular, a little bit more diligent about that. So when it's break time, spring break, y'all it's spring break. And then we come back. Okay. I think that's everything. as far as the calendar goes. So for this semester, again, just to reiterate, 2 big events. Black History Tour, spring concert. 2 things. There will not be allowed a lot of other outside performances. It will just be those 2 main events for this semester. So that'll be our focal point. Making sure we put on an amazing concert and making sure that we have a great time for the Black History. Now, we're gonna do a lot of things with Flock. So for those ladies, who's a part of Flock that's in here? Yes, a lot of Flock girls. So Flock, y'all know Ms. Sasha had y'all stuff already outlined. So you guys will still have your events that you'll have, okay? But for the entire choir, we're just gonna focus on those 2 events. Everybody clear? Y'all got it? Thank you.
Thank you. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reprint the calendar so everything reflects what we just discussed. So I do apologize for the mishap on there, but I'm gonna print it again, and this time everything crystal clear and essential.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Sorry that I'm a little tardy.
You gotta move, that's okay.
Yeah, you got the question was anytime ready, but so I do have a sheet for everyone. So my name is Sasha, and I am the program manager for Industry. And essentially, I do everything that is not related to the singing aspect of it. So I focus mainly on mentoring and opportunities for the girls outside, like I said, outside of singing. So one of the things that I focus on is Flock, which we mentioned. Flock is for our middle school and high school girls, and Flock is an opportunity for group mentoring, group/peer mentoring. In this school year, I try to take a different approach from what has been done in the past. And a lot of our activities will actually be off-site so that the girls can have more exposure to different things throughout the city. Another thing that I work with is also power partners. So some of you girls may already be a part of power partners, which is essentially them being partnered with a mentor. And we have mentors from throughout the city. This is who have volunteered to be a partner, and your girls are partnered with them, and it starts. You can actually start at any age with the power partner. The first year, a lot of things are done here on the site, and the second year, most things are done also. And then also another thing that I will have to oversee is something that we call pet points, which is the paper that you have. So really, pet points is like an incentive to make sure that we are encouraging the girls to actually attend Industry. We know that when we sign up for a audition and we say that we're going to be committed to being a part, we expect everyone to come, but sometimes we need a little bit of motivation. So pet points is an opportunity for the girls to earn points in different areas so that they will actually come and participate and do many different things like also have good grades. Yes, we are here for singing. Yes, we are here for mentoring. We're here to have a good time. But for me, education is number one on my list. Singing is great, but for me personally, education is number one. So we want grades to be something that is very important. Another thing that's listed on there is opportunity for leadership growth. We want to cultivate and build leaders with our young ladies. So with that, that's another opportunity for them to gain points. And then also for them to stay ready. Okay, well, staying ready, which is something that we will go over with the girls at one of our next rehearsals, which is pretty much an opportunity for the girls to know what our expectations are for when they actually come to Industry on a consistent basis, but especially on the day of rehearsal. So we kind of wrote out an acronym for what it means to stay ready. So it means we want to come, we want to look our best, we want to perform our best, we want to listen, we want to follow our records, all those different things. There's an opportunity for parents to do. Another one is inviting someone to a performance. I do know that this semester we don't have as many performances or things coming up,
But there will be opportunities where the girls can invite you to come, or you or someone else in the family or teachers or anyone in the community to actually come and be a part of what it is that we have going on, and that's another opportunity for them to be able to come. One thing with this is for us to hold the girls accountable, but then also to kind of hold the parents accountable as well, parents and guardians accountable as well. Once they gain a certain amount of points, they will be eligible to receive something. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but there will be different tiers. So really the goal is for you to accumulate as many points as possible, because the more points you have, like Chick-fil-A, the more points you have in Chick-fil-A, the more they deserve it. So the goal is for them to accumulate as many points as they can, with the end goal being something pretty decent for them to actually have access to. Now, attendance is listed on here for rehearsal, for clock, for call partners, and for performance. If you come to rehearsal, but you're not ready at rehearsal, when rehearsal time starts, you're not going to get 10 points. If you come to rehearsal and we have to talk to you multiple times, you're not going to get 10 points. It's kind of goes hand in hand. Any questions in regard to that points? No? And then lastly, one other thing that I wanted to mention was we will start to have some family engagement opportunities for everyone, not just for kids, but for the entire families. Our first event is hopefully to be planned for March. So with the family engagement, it's really my goal and our goal as a team to allow you to kind of build better relationships with us and some of the other girls and families who are a part of the industry. So we'll have an opportunity to do stuff here. It may be where on the Thursday after rehearsal or during rehearsal, parents and family are allowed to come in. We may have some food set up. We may have some mocktails set up, kind of like a little happy hour, but have our bring your kids, bring your family, and I just go, thank God for go on. Another opportunity that I'm really hoping to do by the end of the school year is just an outing for our families, where I don't necessarily know what the outing may be, but there will be an opportunity for us to go to have an outing where you all will be invited to invite other people a part of your family. We also will potentially have transportation to whatever that outing may be, because 9 times out of 10 it will be outside of like in Memphis, but Cordova or Bart or somewhere like that. But we want as many people as possible to come and be a part of it. So we know that sometimes things like transportation may be a factor in that. So we want to make sure that we can accommodate as many people as possible. But those dates will be out within the next couple of weeks. And then lastly, for girls who are a part of FLOP, coming up soon, we will have to have another separate meeting with their parents. So it really is for rising 8th graders and up. So if you are currently in the 7th grade, you will be a part of this meeting that we'll have. And essentially it's an exposure trip for our girls. We understand that that a lot of things that you have the opportunity to be a part of in the city is great, but sometimes it takes you branching out of where you're from, your environment, to get a better idea, a better perspective of what life is around. So that's what it is that we're trying to do. So starting this year, we'll start really going to have an annual trip outside of the state for the girls to actually attend, and it gives an opportunity for the younger girls to look forward to something, and make sure they have the catch points and make sure that they're doing what people they need to do. But that will be a separate meeting that we will have within the next couple of weeks, and I'm kind of excited. I'm really excited about it. It's the first time that we're doing it, and this year we're going to do our city, so that's pretty dope to me. Yeah. So any comments, concerns? I don't know if people heard you. Where we going? We going to be here. And the same thing, we want the girls to earn it. We want them to earn it. We want them to do what it is that they're supposed to do. So when it comes to grades, like I said, I'm great, but I can understand, sometimes things happen in school every so often, but they have to learn how to communicate that with us so that we know to give them the additional help that they need so that they can succeed. And also, they're acting up in school, being consistent in school, fighting in school, all those different things, that really limits your chances of being able to go. So, overall, for this, I'm really excited. Myself and Ms. Direct, we talked about, future trips, as well. And then hopefully the plan is to be able to do something on a much smaller scale for the younger girls, just because we don't want them to be left out. Because from activities like flossing and also exposure trips. But once again, it gives them something to look forward to, with the hope that we're able to continue to retain and to be a part of Main Street, to see and be a part, but then also for you all, and for them to tell other people about what it is that we do, and hopefully encourage other girls to come and be a part as well.
Thank you.
All right, so hopefully y'all have a lot of information. I know there've been like, asked our 30 questions. Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Is like enrollment or registration for M3 open all year? And is it open to like employees just Memphis? How many years?
That's a great question. So, we're gonna post the audition in the fall. So what we will do is post audition in the fall. What happens just about every time is there are several girls who come in the fall, whatever, can't participate in whatever they want, or having trouble getting here, or whatever. So we'll recontact them in the spring with just that same group. So really, the only time we would have for girls to join fresh is the fall. And then once we have you on our roster, we're gonna try to get you into the system, into the cycle for a year. And the next available time for somebody brand new who isn't affiliated at all will be in the fall. As far as where you have to be or anything, if they get here, you can do it. You can do it. So yeah, that. All right, Johnson, did I make that up? All right. Okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit to safety protocols. So for those of you that I know we informed everyone about the incident that happened late last year with the gunbound dioxide. So that amongst other things, right? So in case you didn't know, Oasis of Hope, how many of you are familiar with Oasis of Hope? So they are taking operation of the entire building, really already have. And so in concert with us and Hope City Church, we're all coming together to kind of redesign the protocols of the building. And so the way that it will all be functional the same way, all right? So what I'm going to share with you today is something that Oasis of Hope really kind of laid out, and we've signed on to do it as well. And it's not perfect right now. We're still working through some things. I just want to give you an idea of what to expect. So for the building, like any buildings, we'll have tornado, earthquake, flood, all this. We have that stuff laid out for what we do, for what happens in the building, where to go, and all those things. All right. I want to talk today briefly about our lockdown policy. When it comes to some dangerous things happening outside the building and we're inside. So essentially, we will call for a lockdown, which means that doors are locked. Anyone who's in the building in their designated space, lights are turned off, everyone is quiet. Police are called, parents are informed, and then we are to nobody in or out until everything is cleared by the board. That is the big umbrella thing, all right? So we're also going to have someone come in and do active shooter training for us, to where we will then run drills on things like that in the building. That will be most likely initiated by Oasis of Hope, the site director, whose name is Charles Washington. So he's in charge of everything that happens in the building, including our space. And so we take our direction from him about that. So those things are happening. We're also, Oasis is also hiring security guards to close the building up every week. So that is That's something we're grateful for. I don't have to tell you, none of all of this, it's getting worse out there, which is almost unbelievable to even say out loud, but it's getting worse out there, and I hate to say it. We've been here for the last 8 years, and it's worse. I mean, it's just worse. And at least from my perspective, it seems like it's getting worse. So we want to take as much precaution as possible. And we want to make sure that you all know what we're doing. So as we continue to shore up the plan, we will make sure that you know. Some of these things will be on our website. So we'll have access to it so that you see that angel zone is something we're going to really take advantage of. I think we went to the parent page and you saw the things that are there, the calendar, things like that. So we want to take advantage of that space so that if something happens, you are kind of comforted to know this is what's happening at the building, even if nobody's called you. Okay. And the other piece to that is, should something happen, the kids are here. We can't do anything until it's clear by authority, but then we'll release them to either parent or parent or someone who has been listed as a guardian. Not, so we gotta know who's coming. So it can't just be somebody random who happens to be available that day. We won't release them to them, all right? So that's just part of the protocol. To just highlight, I don't know if we talked about this earlier, on the parent page, there should be what it says registration. Did everybody see that? Everybody see that? If not, do me a favor and pull it back up. And I want to make sure we see that, because there is a button that says registration. That is a very important form to fill out. Most of you in here have actually filled it out. But going back to that parent and guardian piece, there's a piece on there for emergency contact. That's where we're going to look if we can't get in contact with you. We're going to look at that emergency contact. But if we don't have that registration form filled out, then we're not going to know who else to call other than the number that's in our phone. All right. Luckily, we have all the phone numbers. But if you can't be reached, we need someone else to call. So I want to make sure that registration form, if you haven't filled it out, please fill it out. It won't take any time, and that just gives us everything we need to know for things like this. So angel zone, parent page, and then registration. Good. Any questions about any of that? Fantastic. I'm switching to transportation. So we have most everybody in here gets here after school, and whether you walk or you're driven, great. One of the things that we ask, we understand that sometimes things come up, you can't do it. That is okay. But one thing we ask is that if you are not, if there hasn't already been an arrangement for one of our staff to take home the one of the girls, we ask that please come and get them at 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock is when we're done. If you need, and the girls know this, they know, if there is a need, let us know. It just would be, it's gonna be helpful. We need to be able to know before the day of to make sure that we're all available. One of us is available to do it. It'll be one of the 4 of us doing outside. Pretty much always be one of the 4 people you see here to take them home. But if it needs to happen, let us know. If not, we'll see everybody here at 6 o'clock when we start that rehearsal. So good. Okay. Did I miss anything else? Okay. Cool. All right. So real quick, this is something that I want to make sure we talked about it earlier, but there's essentially 3 things that every girl can be a part of as soon as you enter into district. First is the choir. And this is what I want to share a little bit about expectations from us. What you can expect from us is the choir participation, opportunities to be involved in flock, opportunities to be involved in Power Partners. How many of you know what Power Partners is? Okay, so Power Partners is our mentoring program where we have volunteers come in and spend time with the girls here, and some they do activities outside of campus. Of course, with your permission, paperwork, and all of that. But it's great. Several girls in here have Power Partners. Regularly have a Power Partner. We all enjoy the Power Partners. Are they cool? Y'all like them? Yeah, it's cool. Like, and they get a chance to just be exposed to different people, learn from different folks other than us, and just build relationships with other great women in the city. We just started, so it's new. So I want to make sure that we get it out there, that we have it. And then, so those are the things for the crew, which is the group for the older girls. Want to make sure that you know that all those things are available, and we want as many girls to be a part of as many of those things as you can. So that is, I want to say that's what you can expect from us, and that's what we're going to bring. What we expect from the girls, what we call angel outcomes. All right. This is something I think I would love for all of us to just get this out here. We'll do this. Angel outcomes, y'all get it. Okay, so here's the angel outcomes that we hope to see as a result of being a part of Angel. Just repeat that again. The first one is confidence. Confidence. Second one, courage. Courage. Sisterhood. Love. Leadership. Those 5 things are what we expect the girls to grow in as a result of being around us, right? Being in the program. So that, and we're seeing that, right? Like we see that being a part of the choir, they call each other sisters. Like it's there. That's good. That means we're doing something right. The fact that Sasha said leadership opportunities, we want to ramp that up. The more when we see girls raising their hand to do something, I'll volunteer to do this, I'll volunteer to lead, a more leadership, right? Things like that. Like we're looking for that. And we want that to show in the girls. All right, so one more time, confidence, sisterhood, courage, leadership, love. That's what we're doing. All right, those are the things that we're trying to do. Okay. How we feeling? Good. Okay. So all those things, I'm sure we talked about it before, but again, it's commitment, man. We want, it's gonna take commitment for these things to happen. The pet points, it's gonna take commitment to get that up. It's gonna take commitment to sound good. How many of y'all want to sound good? Yeah. Y'all want to sound amazing, right? You done said, right? We want it's gonna take commitment to do that. And nobody in here has an issue with it. Y'all show up. We see y'all every week. So I just want to encourage you to keep doing it. Keep going. Even during the virtual time. Keep doing it. Don't let up. Even though we may not be here in person, keep going. When we do get back, we want to keep moving. We don't want to have that. All right. Okay, so I think we're almost done. Yeah. Okay, so we've said a lot again. Any other questions? Any at all? Good. That's all that is. Okay. Right here. Cool. Yes, ma'am. Say it one more time. Oh, yeah. So you're gonna go to angelstreetmemphis.com and it says Angel Zone up at the top. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. No problem. All right, guys. Yeah, some giveaway. You all got raffles, right? Raffle tickets. All right. Now, it ain't much. And this is really for your parents. So let's just be clear. Y'all got y'all stuff for Christmas. All right. So we know I have a lot, but how many of y'all would like to get 25? Anybody? Come on in this house. So I got two $25 gift cards for your parents. This is y'all now. Y'all don't let them spend this money. This for you. You. All right. So read out a number, and I need you to repeat the number after me if you got it. If you don't have it, stop talking, all right? Here we go. 4. 1. 8. 3. 9. 8. Oh. Come on. One more. Here it is. Repeat after me. 4. 1. 8. 4. 0. 1. Yeah. Come on up. Y'all know what I mean? All right. We want to thank y'all for playing. And thank you for coming. Seriously, thank you for coming. We appreciate y'all giving us a few minutes of your time. We're gonna have, if you haven't noticed, we're doing a live stream on YouTube for those that couldn't make it. So if you know of anyone who you got their contact information and they weren't here, we're gonna make sure, let us know, we'll give you the link, we're gonna actually send it out. Just let us know, please, so that everyone's informed and folks know what's going on. Help us out with that, that will be great. We're gonna send the link out. Watch, all right? Development. Good, it is, okay, good. All right, okay, y'all, real quick correction, it's minor, but we are gonna start Ankle Stone on Thursday, all right? I think before we're gonna, February 22nd is more in person, but January 27th is coming Thursday. We prepared to go on Ankle Stone and start doing our virtual stuff, okay? And we're gonna keep you informed of when next time. There's another meeting about the trip. We're gonna keep y'all informed on that. So we just want to make sure that was. Okay, so Thursday. We'll send you a stick. All right. Okay, so thank you again.